Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Jaedong and Terminator on Catallena LE. Now, this is from the Gfinity Spring Masters tournament held in London in late March of 2015. This is the first iteration of this, and there are 16 players competing, or were rather, it's over by now. And bring up the production tab. And in the bottom right, we have Jaedong from the clan Evil Geniuses, which was the EG stands for. Now, Jaedong is a South Korean professional StarCraft 2 player. He is famous, so I don't know if he needs any introduction, but he won the World Esports Championships in 2014. Along the way to that championship, he beat Snoot, Hero, and Puck, which is just incredible, really. Those are three of the best players on Earth. I don't think you can pick any three players better than them, but if you'd like to, just say so in the comments and I'll see if I agree. Also, he won 6 premier titles back in the Brood War days, which is really amazing because Brood War was full of a whole ton of really amazing StarCraft players at the time, and the fact that he won 6 premier titles during that time is just super impressive. So this is Jaedong, and on the left side of this map we have Terminator. He is a South Korean player, also known as Sang, and he is a Protoss player who plays for Jin Air Green Wings. And he doesn't have quite the resume that Jaedong does, but he did take 4th place in a tournament held back in 2013, and did take 3rd in the Infinium Invitational 1, held back in just September of 2014. So recently, he's done all right in some different events, but he doesn't have nearly the resume that Jaedong does. We'll have to see what happens. So both players just kind of scouting around right now, trying to see where the other player is. Neither has found them. The Overlord now knows where the player is, and the Probe knows as well based on where they saw each other on the map. So Probe's going to head on down as quick as he possibly can. Probably going to see if he can block off this hatchery, see exactly what's going on. It is an early hatch with gas for Jaedong, and Zerglings are coming out. So he is actually not taking an expansion yet. An interesting play. There it comes. Zerglings are out to deny that deny. I guess deny that denial, if you want to say. We're going to slow the game down again here real quick. This probe is going to check for the presence of a 3rd base. There's not one, and we'll probably get chased down by that Ling and killed, unfortunately. So, interesting play there. It was about 20 supply before he took that hatchery. He did get 4 Lings out. The wall-off is not quite here yet for our Protoss player. He's playing it very safe, going, wow, gateway, cybercore, gateway, gateway. So it's almost a bit of a 4-gate. I think he had to throw that gateway up just to wall off against these Lings. He doesn't want any scouting Lings to get in. He has 2 Zealots. So again, playing fairly cautiously at this point, is saving up enough minerals to take an expand, but it's again a little bit late at the 5-minute mark before he'll be able to do that. And he's already at 28 supply, so 3 bases already going down for Jaedong. Has a queen on his way out to the 2nd. A queen making in the main here as well. Pulled the workers off gas as soon as he got speed. Did he get speed? No, he didn't. What was that gas for? I guess he's just hanging on to it. He has 100 gas. He can take speed whenever he wants, I suppose. But hasn't done so yet, so we'll keep an eye on that gas and see what happens to it. 3 bases out, Mothership Core roaming around. It's very safe to do this against Zerg players just because there's nothing that can attack it in the middle of the map that shoots up. If you try this against Protoss, Stalkers can shoot it down, against Terran Marines can shoot it down. So, but against Zerg, really, you're safe to scout around as much as you want for a while, at least till Hydras come out. Or unless there are Queens with a lot of creep spread out to this point in the map by this point, which is really hard to do and you probably won't see it. So, as I take a drink. 3rd base now up before the 2nd base is actually up for Terminator, so I really feel good about the spot that that Jaedong is in at this point. This probe might die, but instead changes into a Spore Crawler. The DPS for the Mothership Core is not enough to kill the Spore Crawler before it can finish building, and it will be able to chase it off. So excellent choice there by Jaedong. He did actually prevent, Terminator did prevent Jaedong from making any more drones here for a little bit, so preventing the economy for just a small bit there. Overlord scouting about, and yeah, the Mothership Core takes off as the Spore Crawler finishes. It knows it cannot win that fight. So a whole bunch of Lings coming out, 8 Lings, 10 Lings now. What are we trying? Probably defense? Yeah, probably defense against these Zealots that are coming his way. I'm not sure if he saw them warp in with the Overlord or not, but he knows there's some aggression at this point. Yeah, it's a massive Zealot attack. Holy cow. Many Zerglings being created at this point. Do we have Zergling speed? We still don't. I don't know how we're going to hold this off as for Jaedong. I mean, 8 Zerglings against this many Zealots is pretty much impossible. The Queens are going to help, though. Time Warp going down to slow those down, make them easier to be picked off by the Zealots, but they're still retreating. Good transfuse going down on that Queen. A bit of a surround attempting to happen with the Zerglings. Not quite able to do it, though. Good micro here from Terminator, getting those Zealots out of there, warping more and more in. Holy cow, this is a huge Zealot attack. But again, these Queens can kite them pretty much forever, which is pretty good for Jaedong. Good surround here with Zerglings, more and more coming in. Another Queen coming up to join the battle. And boy, Jaedong held that off very, very well. These Queens, 3 kills, 1 kill each. More Zealots coming in. I don't know if that's the right choice. There are a lot of Queens here and a lot of Zerglings. Yeah, time to head on back home. They might get caught, and I believe this pylon will go down as well. Terminator trying to get into a corner, manages to get with 2 of them, but 1 gets the surround off, and 1 Zealot goes down. The other 2 will go off as well. They will take a bunch of their Zergling buddies with them, though. But the Queen actually from the back end is enough to help as well, and the forward pylon goes down. So, alright, Hallucinated Phoenix coming out. It is still 3 base to 2 base right now. Incub tab shows 41 to 38 Harvesters for the Zerg player. He was forced to make a lot of Zerglings instead of drones. In that early stage of the game, he didn't want to do that, but he was forced to. A Hydralistic Den coming out. Do we have a Roach Warren at all? No, I don't think we do have a Roach Warren. So just Hydras here. Interesting play. I don't know what he expects to see. A Twilight Council going down, though. Maybe a Blinkstalker attack. These Zerglings still do not have speed. I don't know what he was saving that gas for. Maybe he felt like if he needed it, he'd have it. He is researching the range on those Hydralisks, which is nice. Hallucinated Phoenix checks things out, sees the evolution chamber, doesn't tell him a whole lot. And Overseer coming in to scout. Let's follow him for a bit and see what he can see. Actually, nothing. He's playing it safe. He doesn't want to go in there. I guess because there are sentries that can tickle it to death. I suppose that's something he can worry about. Pooping on the 3rd base here. Always want to do this. As a Zerg player, it just delays expansions for your opponents, unless they're Zerg, which is always nice. And yeah, Blink coming up, +1 attack coming up for the ground units, and that is +1. Yes, it is. A Stalker Sentry Ball here. And Jaedong just kind of droning up. Really not many attacking units at all right now. He has 8 Zerglings, 61 drones, a bunch of Queens, and an Overseer. So let's see how he's doing there. 63 to 48 Harvesters. Yes, really droning up. This is what sets apart Zerg players who are Master, Grandmaster, Pro level from those who are Silver, Bronze, and Platinum. I guess Gold is the ability to know when to drone and when to make attacking units. That's really what makes Zerg so difficult to play in some aspects compared to the other races. So he's droning up now. He knows he has nothing to worry about for a while. These Zealots can't kill, or these sentries can't kill much on their own. 3rd base coming up. Again, it was delayed by that poop, and now it comes out. The Nexus is ready to go. Overseer comes in just to check some stuff out, sees the photon cannon, hangs up on this high ground where it can't be killed. Very smart of it. Being kind of chased around, though, checks to the 3rd base, and there is one. Whew. Taking a quick drink there. Just trying to get over this. Sinus infection and sore throat I've had for the last few days. Kind of getting there, but still feeling a little bit under the weather. So bear with me if I sound a little scratchy, or my voice is deeper than usual, which I guess is very possible as well. Alright, we might move out here with these Blinkstalkers and Sentries. Trying to set up a forward pylon, I assume. This kind of works. It's fairly close to the Zerg base. I don't know what Terminator wants to do there, but Hallucinated Phoenix is getting a full scout. Now, this is something you really want to do as a Protoss player, is get those Hallucinated Phoenix out. They're fast, they're hard to kill, and you could get a scout on everything the Zerg player is doing with these guys, which is just so useful in StarCraft. Scouting information is life. So 4th base now coming up for Jaedong in response to the 3rd base from Terminator. He has some Hydralisks, but that's about it. It's really just macroing up. 66 to 53 Harvesters. He's getting upgrades for his ground units. I mean, if there are Colossus, these Hydras aren't as good as you would think, but no Colossus coming up. I don't see any Robotics Bay at all. Pretty much just sticking to gateway units here, which is really dangerous for Terminator. A flock of Mutalisks is out. I missed that somewhere along the way, but I think these Mutalisks and these Hydras are going to be able to destroy this group pretty quickly. I mean, Hydras do really well against Stalkers and Sentries, and the Mutas are going to go for some harassment. So there is a small flock of them, but these Stalkers should be enough to chase them away. Ooh, picking off some workers that are transferring. That's pretty good. Trying to take out that sentry. Yes, focuses down the sentry and gets the heck out of there. Does sacrifice a Mutalisk for it. Pylon going up in the back there, but no cannons yet. No cannons here either. Some probe kills coming down. Oh, all stacked up. Not great, but only 2 probe kills. Good response from the Blink Stalkers. An excellent job there. That's pretty much what you want as a Protoss player, is having Blink Stalkers to deal with those Mutalisk attacks. They can respond quickly. They chase Mutas away. It does require some response time, but it's pretty much the way to go. So another probe goes down, just kind of whittling away, and you see the Blink Stalkers blink right on in, chase the Mutas away. So the thing these Mutas are doing is keeping these Blink Stalkers in the base for a while, picking off workers where they can. And here comes the big attack. Hydralisks and Roaches coming up. Good force fields, but everybody coming around the left side, but getting force fielded out again. Very, very smart, coming along, trying to kill what they can. A Warp Gate going to get sniped down very quickly. Perhaps a second one as well, but what's Jaedong going to do? Kind of just hanging around. Doesn't really go up a ramp. He feels like he'll get caught if that happens, which is true. Get caught right in half here with force fields. Half your units die, half your units can't attack. Just a bad space to be, but this is another avenue he can try. Yeah, splitting up his army to go here and here is pretty smart. Let's see what happens. The Roaches and the Hydras go into town there. Along here as well. Force fields are ready to go, though. Didn't really catch anything in there, but forcing the units to retreat for Jaedong. He's basically maxed out here, and he has a pretty good bank. He can't really remax entirely, but he's trying to get as much gas as he can, so he will be able to do that. It's 4 base to 3 base at this point. We're going to zoom back on in as this group of Hydralisks and Roaches comes right on back up, trying to snipe things down, killing Stalkers. Sentries in the back, still alive, but not much energy on those. A couple force fields available, getting kind of flanked there by that attack. And just kind of dancing back and forth is Jaedong, kind of slowly trying to whittle the forces down. A sentry dies there. This sentry doesn't have enough energy for any force fields. Gets a gateway, which is nice. Picks up another Stalker. If you can get these sentries in the front, that'll be really fantastic for him. Yes, another sentry goes down. Not many sentries left for those force fields, and this does not look good at all for Terminator. Roaches in the front, Hydras as well, Stalkers. There might be enough Stalkers to handle this, but the Roaches on the left side outnumbering the Stalkers on the left side. More and more Hydralisks flowing on in here with that +2 attack versus a +1 armor for Terminator, and I think this might be it. 15 workers dead. Yep, Mutalisks going to town in the back here while the attack comes in from the front, and Terminator calls the GG, so that's it. Jaedong takes this game from the Gfinity Spring Masters 1 held in London. And pretty much an expected outcome, but it was interesting to see just the early harassment with those Zealots. And I think what really kind of cost Terminator the game was not teching up at all. He didn't make any Stargate units, really. He didn't make any robotics facility units at all. And you really need those to handle Zerg, especially against that Roach Hydra composition. So this has been Falcon Paladin. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.